ass. Kill 'em all.
Wait, I'm racing around the track, call me NASCAR. Staring hard on the trailer park, the white trash guard. Feel before General Zod, this plan is Krypton. No Asgard. I'm beginning to feel like a rap god.
This is probably one of the bigger UFC letdowns in recent memory. 2 years, 2 pissing years of Conor and Chandler doing tough, getting into forced confrontations, and the ultimate realization that the old Conor has been dead and gone for nearly a decade at this point. There were a ton of questions that needed to be answered in this matchup. Does Conor still have it, or any sense of it? Is Chandler still a top 10 lightweight? Can Mystic Mac defeat a modern-day opponent without witness coercion via home invasion?
Mr. McGregor, you're a rapist. What do you think?
It's such a shame what Conor's become. Do you have any idea what it takes to get me to root for Michael Chandler? It's crazy to see this guy go from a fight-obsessed workhorse to a chalk-obsessed salesman.
Gonna be long night.
Yes!
He knows this.
Lord, Jamie, that's
He knows
crazy.
this.
I truly think he had GOAT potential. But after pissing his career away, it felt like a long shot that he would even get through Chandler.
Honestly, this was more of a snap kick. This was like a soccer kick right to the chin.
Chandler is not a top 5 lightweight. I'm sure we're all well aware of that by now. I acknowledge how talented he is, for sure, and he's in that top 10, top 15 range, but I stand by my assertion before that any version of Prime Conor chins Mike within 2 rounds. I got some pushback for that, but really, watch these shots. Just watch them and tell me the guy who found Aldo's chin in 13 seconds wouldn't snipe Chandler's like he was Grizz in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby.
Bitch.
This just is not a fair fight on paper, but then again, they don't fight on paper, they fight in the cage. Unless you're Conor nowadays, who does all his fighting in the courtroom.
Mr. McGregor.
It truly makes me wonder if this fight was ever going to happen. A lot of things, like the fight announcements, the toe injury, the rescheduling, the extremely forced face-offs, Conor looking visibly uninterested the entire time on Tough, all of it begins to take a little bit of a different shape knowing what we know now. I definitely wouldn't put it past a guy like McGregor to string someone along for 2 years just to fuck with him. I absolutely believe he would do that.
He'll do what you're told.
Conor's had a free pass to do whatever the hell he wants for quite some time. I'll spare you all the cliches about how hard it is to run at 4 a.m. when you're wearing silk sheets, but really, that was what Conor always wanted. And it's kind of the career path that he put himself on. A fight style reliant on super fast movement, designed to finish the fight fast, collect bonuses, and get out of the game as quickly as possible with as little damage as possible. And to McGregor's credit, that's exactly what he did.
Like Vincent van Gogh, he dedicated his life to his art and lost his mind in the process. When that gold belt was around my waist, when my mother has a big mansion, my girlfriend has a different car for every day of the week, when my kids have everything they ever want, then it will pay. Then I'm happy I lost my mind.
But coming back in the shape he's in mentally has been a recipe for disaster. Conor looked like he was high for the Khabib fight. He showed his technical blind spots in the second Dustin fight, and he had a complete mental breakdown after dropping the trilogy to him. That whole scenario felt like a toddler throwing a tantrum in the grocery store.
Was not one of them I checked. Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby. Hit me back on my chat till later on.
This is not over. Not to read too far into it, but there really was this element of sobriety for the cowboy fight. Conor was talking about how he was doing things the right way, he was off the bottle, he was taking the game seriously for a change. Now, this comes with the realization that his legal issues were heating up at this time, so of course he was off the powder and on his best behavior. But just watching his performance against Cowboy in a vacuum, you could clearly see what was possible when he gets clean and puts his focus into the game. It really felt like one last moment of greatness, like one last glimpse of the man he was.
Kick from McGregor.
I don't really think it's fair to hold someone to who they used to be. It's vital as a human being to change and evolve as time goes on, but it's tough to see a guy who could have been in the same breath as guys like Ali get reduced to calling out YouTubers and ruining his vocal cords by screaming all the time.
Floyd, you little cat! You're right, you're doing bad conversations, trying to get a boxing match at 155. Fight me my way, I'm the A-side. You owe your out. Bare knuckle, McGregor Mayweather, 170 pounds. Let's go, baby!
All the meanwhile, Chandler gets 2 years of his career nerfed in one of the worst cases of IRL sunken cost fallacy I've ever seen in my life, only to come back and lose to Charlie Olives and load up the boombox for round 2 outside McGregor's house. This whole situation just makes me sad now. Even if it happens, it'll be more of a meme than it will be a serious contest, another 58-year-old Mike Tyson fight, if you will. You can substitute Chandler with any number of guys that McGregor's been linked to recently, Hooker, Diaz, Poirier for the 4th time, it really doesn't matter. They're all essentially the same fight that probably won't even happen to begin with. Sideshows, money fights, stuff that appeals to the mass. Conor will always have that just from his name value, but in terms of respect from his peers, divisional relevance, any remote chance of a title shot, all of that is just like the old Conor. Dead and gone.